our esteemed colleagues in the media. Good afternoon, Chief of Operations, Gambia Immigration Department, senior officers here present, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to use this opportunity to apologize to all of you for taking a whole lot of your time today. The plan was to do this thing as early as 12:30 p.m. Very important businesses. But due to circumstances beyond our own control, we are unable to start this briefing at 7. We've been waiting for some developments that we expect from the magistrate courts in Brigham, which we definitely know form a very good part of this briefing. It should be a very good part of your takeaway as far as this briefing is concerned. For the fact that those facts were not forthcoming as early as we expected, that is the reason why we were not able to start the briefing as scheduled. We thank you so much for your patience, and we want to deeply apologize for taking a whole lot of your time since in the morning. But as professionals, we have this belief that you will understand and then you will forgive us for this shortcoming. Since this is something that you are already trained to endure. So on that note, once again, on behalf of the Commissioner of Operations and the entire GID High Command, we want to commend you for your patience and profoundly apologize for all the delay. Getting into the matter in front of us this afternoon is a press briefing that has to do with a security operation that has been sanctioned and operationalized on the orders of the Director General of Immigration. In a bid to further enforce the immigration laws in the Gambia and to ensure full compliance on the part of Gambians and residents, the Gambia Immigration Department High Command authorized a general operation in the form of immigration enforcement. This enforcement exercise is currently underway in most parts of the country, and the activities that started last week saw several people taken in with regards to various violations. This morning, 38 individuals were arraigned before Brikama Magistrates Court and remaining in the Gambia and for failing to regularize their immigration status. These violations are definitely punishable under our laws, precisely under Section 31 of Immigration Act, Cap 1602 of Volume 4, Laws of the Gambia. As we speak, we have secured a conviction in most of these cases, and right now we want to share these developments that you will be privy to in the brief that is coming from the Chief of Operations. I don't have much to say right now, as my job today is very limited. I am to set the stage and introduce the briefing, but the bulk of the proceedings here will be undertaken by my superior, that is the Commissioner for Operations, who is directly involved and is the one who is actually coordinating and directing this whole operation. But it is important to note that this operation is underway. It just started barely 3 weeks ago, and it is a 9-day operation that we intend to carry out in all the regions of this country. Right now, the operation is continuing in KM, West Coast, North Bank region, and Banjul. So without much ado, I would want to humbly invite my Chief of Operations, that is Commissioner Kujabi, to dwell into the matters. Thank you, sir.
the PRO has rightly said, first I will equally want to join him to apologize for the delay. Going proper to the brief, facilitate the movement of people into, within and outside the country. Equally to conduct border patrols to detect, deter and apprehend irregular migrants or prohibited immigrants. Equally to fight against transnational organized crimes and connected matters. As we all know, it is evident the Gambia is a country of origin and a destination for migrants, including irregular migrants. It is worthy to note that the Gambia is increasingly becoming a transit country for irregular migrants, especially ECOWAS nationals as well as Asian nationals, precious journeys, using the Western Mediterranean migratory corridor through Atlantic Ocean to travel to Europe. As we already knew that these journeys have claimed a lot of lives of both Gambians and other nationals. We also take cognizance of the need to control and monitor borders effectively to enhance national security. Also being conscious of the happening in our sub-region and the globe. Likewise, we are mandated to regulate the issue of resident, employment and establishment in the Gambia. These rights are governed by the rules and regulations enshrined in 1997 Constitution and other subsidiary legislation such as the Immigration Act, Aliens Registration Act, and its amendment on Volume 4 Laws of the Gambia. Accordingly, GID has the mandate to enforce or administer the above-mentioned laws and legal instruments to ensure that the rights of residents, employment, and establishment is adequately regulated. Thus, the new approach to prevent hardcore criminals from using our country as their safe havens, equally to detect and deter irregular migration and possible removal of prohibited immigrants and prosecution of the perpetrators of trans-organized crimes such as human trafficking, smuggling, drug peddling, cross-border related crimes that are generally threatening national security. From this background, and taking cue from the Director General of Immigration Tax Plan Implementation Guide of March 15, 2024, the Office of Commissioner of Operation formulated an operational work plan bearing in mind the porous nature of our borders, high influx of foreign nationals that is compounded with limited resources. We launched this operation to Operation Hold the Line and Clean the Nation from Prohibited Immigrants was launched on the 1st of August 2024 moving forward. The objectives of this operation is to ensure that 1. Effective control and management of our national borders to enhance national security, to detect and deter irregular migration, prosecute the perpetrators of transnational organized crimes such as human trafficking and smuggling, drug peddling and cross-border related crimes that are generally threatening our national security. Also, to regulate the issue of residence and employment and establishment of foreigners in the country, and to maintain the law and order. We were able to do this in phases because due to limited resources, our main focus is at the border entry points, that is to apply strict application of entry requirements, which the all regions are doing it, especially the border crossing point or recognized border points. The other one is a robust border patrol to detect and deter irregular migration along the coastal belt, which was also launched on the same day, 1st of August 2024. Equally, based on these regulations, we were able to apprehend some people who did not fulfill their requirements to stay in the country, or they have entered into the country residing without proper documentation. Based on that, we have raided almost 381 individuals. Out of it, 40 are Gambians, 13 are Bissau nationals, Guinea-Bissau nationals, 84 Guineans, 52 Senegalese, 6 Mauritanian, 5 Malian, 89 Nigerians, 2 Benin nationals, 77 Sierra Leonean nationals, 11 Ivorians, 1 Liberian, and 1 Niger national. The number of those who regularized their stays, or they were previous holders of resident permits and have equally regularized their status, is 303. The number of aliens that were processed and taken to the court are 38. Out of it, 15 are Guineans, 1 Malian, 5 Senegalese, 2 Nigerian, 3 Ivorians, and 11 Sierra Leoneans and 1 Benin national. Out of this number, 33 are convicted. 5 of them, their case is pending. Their case is pending, depending on what will be the outcome of the judge. And some of them claim to be Gambians, and they were given 2 weeks to establish their status. So based on that, these 33 are currently in our custody, waiting for repatriation to their various countries. This is the brief I have, and before I will go further, I want to take this opportunity equally to thank our partners, especially Gambia Police Force, for giving us the support. As we all know, immigration is not mandated to hold arms, and the work that we are doing sometimes is very risky. Then we have to use the support of the Gambia Police Force through their PIU units to help us with the armed backup to enable us to do this activity. I want to take this opportunity to thank the leadership of the Gambia Police Force for the support, and I believe together we can able to secure our country as envisaged by all Gambians. On that note, I thank you for coming, and if there is any other questions.
Okay.
Person who is not a citizen of the Gambia is prohibited from establishing on his or her own account or partnership with any other person, any business, or practice any profession in the Gambia without the consent in writing to our Director General. We are having a challenge in that areas because some people will import or bring people for labor while they are not allowed to come, or they did not meet the requirements for them to be even employed. And the other area that I want to emphasize is premises owners. because the owners of the premises or his or her agent shall not allow any alien who is not in possession of a visiting pass issued under Section 7 of Immigration Act or a certificate issued under subsection 1 of Section 10 of Alien Registration Act to allow them to reside in their premises. So with the people, if Gambians are able to help us in that end, any individual who comes, before you will allow him either employment or to reside in your premises, you have to verify whether he has entered through a recognized entry point, that is one, whether he has a valid passport or he has been controlled on number of days that he's supposed to stay. So without those kind of informations or documents from those foreigners, we are appealing to the premises owners to avoid harboring or taking them in their residence without fulfilling the immigration requirement. So on that note, I will stop here, and if there is any question that may be directed regarding to this operation, the floor is open.
Considering, in your own words, the mega resources available. As far as we are concerned, resources is a problem, but the security, national security, takes precedence over everything. It's true we have constraints in terms of resources, but we will continue to work hard to make sure that we give preference to the maintenance of national security over any other thing. It is going to be, it is difficult considering the availability of the resources, but we will do our best to strike a balance between the scarce availability of resources and upholding our national security duties. So that is for us. The bigger picture is maintaining this national security. People that are deemed to be prohibited immigrants, people that are deemed by the courts, unfit to remain in the country. I think the authorities will do everything possible to make sure that we have the resources on the table to make sure that those people are taken out for the greater good of the country. It's a lot of money. It needs a lot of, it requires a lot of resources. Okay, if we want to quantify how much it is going to cost right now, we cannot give you the amount of money that will be involved in this. Like you are already briefed, this has to do with people of diverse national background. These people are coming from different countries, and all of them need to go back to their countries. So the good thing is they have been recommended for removal, and from here the next stage is working together as a department with our stakeholders, all the stakeholders, to make sure that they are taken out of the country. Whatever it takes, we'll make sure that recommendation from the courts is enforced.
So what will be the mode of transportation for these people to be deported back to
whatever is suitable for removing them, that is what we will do. The most suitable mode of removing them is what we will apply.
Yeah, more than exactly. Yeah.